We'll be dealing with the session in 5 sections, following a brief introduction. We'll be looking at the identification of Japanese knotweed, reviewing the on-site assessment process, reporting to lenders and private clients. We'll be looking at the impact of knotweed on residential property values and looking at how we might reduce the risk of negligence claims. So, the introduction. When this professional standard was published in January 2022, it was published as a guidance note, but at the end of 2022, it was changed to a professional standard. This was purely a RICS internal process. It doesn't reflect the contents. They were unchanged, and all the processes involved in it also are unchanged, but it should now be referred to as a professional standard rather than a guidance note. It's got 7 sections. The first part's a brief introduction explaining why the guidance note was published and how it came into place, and looking at the background to that. Then the second and third sections are talking about the overall problem associated with Japanese knotweed and property inspections, and that is not new to practicing chartered surveyors, but is intended mainly for a wider readership. The RICS is conscious that this guidance note will be used by people who are not practicing professionals and solicitors, members of the public, and potentially barristers and judges. And it was thought important to put these additional pieces into the paper so that all this information is available in one place. And then finally, for those conveyancers who've stuck with me through the course, an additional thing to be wary of. Question 7.8 on the TA6. Is the property affected by Japanese knotweed? Yes, no, not known. The accompanying notes say, in any circumstances where you're not absolutely certain, do not assume knotweed is not present. It might be hidden below ground level. Tick, not known. I think this question is very badly phrased, completely inappropriate. Vendors aren't asked, is dry rot present? They're not asked, is your electrical installation defective? They're asked about works which are being carried out. And yes, if management plan's in place, you must declare it. But to say, is knotweed present when it might be concealed isn't right in my view. However, the question's there, and every month or so I get contacted by some innocent person who's unwittingly ticked the no box, not being advised by their conveyancer to do otherwise, and they're in for £10,000–20,000 worth of diminution in value because of the impact on value of knotweed, which they didn't realise was behind the shed or underneath the shed, which has been demolished by the new purchasers.